Hey everybody, this is Pastor Derek, and I am so excited about this Sunday. This will be the first time since March 15th that we've been able to just open our doors and say, hey, y'all come. You don't have to register. You don't have to worry about running out of seats. You don't have to worry about whether your name's on the list or not. If you don't think about registering for church on Tuesday, you can still decide on Saturday night, Sunday morning, that you want to come and be with us. So I'm really excited about this Sunday. I want to tell you a little bit about how that's going to work. So that you're prepared for what Sunday is going to look like. First of all, the pews that you see behind me will not be here. We're going to take the pews out and we're going to replace them temporarily with chairs. Now, why would we do that? Well, we would do that because that's going to add anywhere from about 100 to 200 people that we can seat here in the worship center. How can that be? Well, because using chairs, we're able to space out the rows differently so that we won't have to close off every other row. And we're also able to add some chairs where we don't have seating currently. In addition to all of that, the state of Alabama asked us if we're using pews to distance people by 6 feet, which really ties our hands. Where if we're using chairs, they only ask us to space people out by 2 chairs. So there would be 2 seats, 2 empty seats between every party. That leads me to part of what I want to ask you to do. I want to ask you to be here if you're at all able to help us Saturday night at 5 o'clock. Saturday night beginning at 5 o'clock, we're going to start moving these pews out of here and moving chairs in. Now we'll have everything that we can done up to that point. So we'll be ready to go. We just need some folks who can come and help us get the pews on furniture dollies, move them to the places that we've already determined around the campus that we'll be able to store them, and then bring the chairs in and set them up. We also need you to be willing to come to church with other families. So we like to say it this way: if you're going to lunch with them, why not go to church with them? Here's what that looks like. If you and your family have 3 or 4 people in your family, and there's another family that have 3 or 4 people in their family, and you actually sit together, that really helps us with the space here in the worship center. We can seat you with the parties that you're comfortable sitting with, and then we can space you and the next party out by 2 seats. So the larger your party is, the fewer seats we have to give up just to social distancing. That allows us to put even more people here in the worship center. In fact, if we can get you to sit in groups of 5 or 6, that's how we're able to add as many as 200 people in the worship center. That's so exciting because right now we're only able to seat about 130 people in the worship center per service. So you can imagine how great it would be if we're able to add 200 of that. We could actually seat almost 250 people here in the worship center for service. Now, there'll also be people still sitting in the Family Life Center. The way that'll work is we will fill up the worship center first, and then once the worship center is full, the Family Life Center will serve as overflow seating. If you're comfortable sitting in the Family Life Center and you like sitting there and you're okay with that, then certainly you can choose to sit in the Family Life Center, and that'll help with those who really want to sit here in the worship center and help provide space for them if you and your family don't mind sitting in the overflow. It'll work the same in both locations. Once you come in, you'll have an usher who will help you find open seats, enough seats for you and the group that's with you. And then once you're seated, we'll just place 2 red X's on the 2 seats that are next to you, and that'll space you out from the next group that's going to come in and sit down. It'll be that way here in the worship center and in the Family Life Center, either place that you're seated. So excited about this. Again, the 2 ways you can help is by coming here on Saturday at 5 o'clock, helping us move the pews out, move the chairs in, and secondly, by coming to church with families that you're probably already hanging out with. You're really not socially distanced from them anyway. And so, like I said, if you can go to lunch with them, you can go to church with them. So sitting with those other groups will really be a huge help to us. Now, I do want you to know that we still are social distancing, so there will be space between your group, your party, and the next group. And we're also asking you to continue to wear masks until you're seated. Now, once you're seated, you can take the masks off. As far as our life groups go, they'll function the same as they have in the past. Life group leaders are contacting Keith Myrick, our administrator who oversees all of that. And based on the number of people that they think will be coming to that life group, he's assigning out the best space for that group. So that'll continue to be the case. In our preschool and our kids area, we're not registering, but I know our preschool would really appreciate it. Parents, if you could pre-check in. So I know many of you on Saturdays have been filling out the paperwork and letting them know you're going to be there. That would still be a huge help to them as they plan and prepare which teachers to have in which classrooms to accommodate the kids that are going to be there. Well, we're really excited about this Sunday. I hope you're excited about this Sunday. It's just another step in the direction of getting back to full speed with our ministries. Please pray, because this Sunday is somewhat of an experiment. This is new territory for us. We haven't done it this way yet. And so as we do it this way, there may be some wrinkles that we have to smooth out. And of course, I know you'll be patient and understanding with all of that. The most important thing, though, is that we get to be together as a faith family. And for those of you who have held off from coming because you didn't get registered or you're afraid there wasn't going to be a seat, then I want to encourage you, just show up this Sunday. We'll have 2 services, 9 o'clock and 10:30. We'll have seating available here in the worship center and in the Family Life Center, and I look forward to seeing you there.